this live stream, I was really sitting there. I'm like, should I really do this? Should I really put my energy and attention towards that? Yes. Spleen said yes, even though my mind was like, oh, come on. I'm too old for this. However, this is not a live stream where I go like, look at me, I'm an Ibiza, I'm living my best life. That's tomorrow, maybe. But I'm sitting here on my bed and I still have my biker boots on, my leather jacket on, and I'm feeling the Scorpio vibes. And the reason why I'm doing this live stream is not to entertain you, not to motivate you, not to teach you something, while all that will happen for sure because I'm just a sixth line. I don't know what funny was, but I'm not joking around today. It's interesting because intuitively I chose this bracelet last time I was in Ibiza because it is so deeply transformative here that I'm shedding skins like a snake and kind of rebirthing. So if you're watching this live, say hello in the comments. How are you doing? How's Scorpio hitting you, your chart? Gate 28. I will do an energy update in the vibe tomorrow, so that's going to be very deep. But the reason why I went live is actually I'm doing this for my clients. I'm doing this for my clients to model you that we need to talk about things, especially as projectors, when we observe something and it comes up. And as we are all changing, this industry is changing, we need more women who speak about what they observe. Always in self-check where you are maybe triggered, but I mostly want to talk about what I observed, especially the last days, to model what leadership really means, thought leadership. Talking about things that are a no-go, that are not in integrity. And a couple of things I will also say. I do not tell you who I am. Karl Wagner, whatever. I don't know you. That's not a aligned invitation. Like, put effort in, go to my Instagram, look at who I am, follow me longer. So, not here for that. This energy of this eclipse, especially South Node Scorpio, brings up a lot of truth that has been hidden for a while. And I say hello and welcome to everyone who joins, who are in my world longer. I'm very excited to see you here live, even though it's very late. I want to talk about integrity today because this is what will come up. I am a sixth line, which is a lot about morals. I'm a defined ego, which is about commitments, holding commitments, integrity. I have desire motivation, which is leadership energy, which is very much, it's personal. It is very much about what I want. It is about standards. And I also go and do and make it the way how I want it. Not just to lead, but I also do it in the way how I want to have it done. So what do I mean with this? I always was and am a person who works very hard on herself in terms of, I double check where I'm not in integrity. I look for my blind spots. I have mentors looking at me like, tell me, come on, bring it on. Tell me, where can I grow? Where do I need to clean shit up? Where do I have to be more in integrity with what I say and what I do? Because there's usually a gap. And the time is now so cleansing that it brings up everything which is a shit show behind the scenes and what happens in front of the camera on this Instagram or TikTok or whatever. And especially as a projector, you cannot, like, people cannot fake it or fake it until you make it or pretend to be someone or cover things up anymore, because it is not working as a projector. If you're a correct projector and if you can see clearly, you will identify right away who is in integrity with what they say and what they do or not. And over the last weeks, I have noticed within my own community and followers, but also in this Instagram, hi Christina, Instagram community. As a projector, I absorb the energy. We absorb, we take in the energy, and we can read like the entire codes. And then you see the energetic caption below. And then you hear people talking words and pretending to have certain feelings and emotions around what they do and how hard it was, or how much insecurities they had to post that post. And I go like, hello? Like, there's behind the scenes, or when I have women in my DMs bitter, not feeling seen, and then on other platforms being so loud about their success and their clients. For me, it's like I'm sitting here. If I had popcorn, I just would pop and eat the popcorn. I'm like, this is better than a movie. And it would be. It's truly entertaining. It is entertaining. However, when we need to draw a fine line here between, because every woman on this platform with the phone has a responsibility, because you are contributing to where this industry will evolve into. And there is what we do and the action that we take, but then there's also the background frequency that will bring it all up, and people will feel it more and more if someone is trying to sell something, whether it's old marketing tactics or if it is like especially in the human design field, who has surface layer human design knowledge and who has deep source understanding. It's worlds apart. And I'm studying, and I know how hard it is to really dive deep into that, because even if you think you know something about human design, when you go into source, like you got to forget everything. Like, you realize how much you do not know. And what I am not willing to accept anymore is that I support patterns of people feeding onto my energy, or the people I work with, my clients' energies, their knowledge, especially when it comes to social media. As a line 6, I just show up, and just by me showing my face to the camera and me being myself, I teach others. So if it's a no for my spleen, things need to go. Because when I see, even in my community, even amongst my clients, something out of integrity, I cannot support it anymore. It's like a rotten fruit in a basket, and you have to clean this out, otherwise the entire basket turns bad. And when I see other leaders in this industry here studying hard, being very intentional with how they invest in themselves, like me, I'm currently even discussing with my mentor again an investment for 2023, like the whole year, committing to that. And then when things get a little bit tough, I see especially projectors stepping out of the miniest, smallest investment that they did with me. I was like, these are worlds. Like my fractal is now changing, and that's okay. I'm actually happy if people leave because I know I'm just mutating. I'm mutating and my energy mutates others, and when they are triggered or when they even like this live stream, it is so not relevant to me, and I don't put interest in it what other people do with it. I'm only interested to model for my clients that it's important to speak about these things. If you feel at any point you want to contribute to this conversation that is actually me just self-expressing it and processing things that I see, you're very invited to use the comment section and contribute if you're courageous enough to speak out, because it's always so much easier to sit on the other side of the screen and say, okay, what is Ginger up for? What is she doing today? Oh, it's so inspiring. It's so motivative. I'm like, you know what? I'm just living my life. Inspire me. Give me something from your life where you did something courageous, where you are proud of yourself, where you step out of this same, being a sheep, signing up for a program, signing up for a membership, and then the next month you do the membership yourself, a similar one, and you are inspired, or you just like taking on other people's creation is, especially as a content creator, as an artist, for myself, is like, it tastes bitter. For my touch cognition and as a projector, when I observe it, it's so interesting because I don't do this intentionally, but it is like a matrix that pops out, and I can see where people are copying other people's stuff, and I can put the puzzle pieces together because I see that on the one side, I see my words on that side, I see, especially in the German realm, like I don't know what's wrong with German women who are so, even the language. Yes, I'm judgmental here right now, but it's just my opinion. It is what it is. I just think that the industry is so, even in the human design, even when they sell human design, it's still homogenized. It's still so conditioned. There is still a manipulative program running where everybody talks the same and everything is on the surface layer. And nothing is true and honest and coming from a integrity in terms of it is integrated human design. It is so deeply integrated. And you know what the biggest sign for this is who are they mentored by? Who are they studying with? Do they study like an online course that you can buy at every time and then you have your certificate? Sorry, but that's not it. It doesn't cut it anymore. If you're not, like, I see the same as like how mentorship or the things people invest in, how they use it or not use it. I'm not mothering my clients. I observe. Like, what do they bring to the table? How willing are they to be guided? And for a projector, I tell you, if all the projectors out there think they are projectors, and I want to guide, I want to plug into onto your magnetic monopole, I want to guide you. If you're not a correct projector, I would not sign up with this projector because they guide whatever they see. But if they cannot clearly see, then I would not hire them. And you know why? Because if they're not, like, a projector can only learn, I say this over and over, and I will repeat myself here, but us projectors, we do not take any advice from anyone else than a projector. And if a projector is not willing to let themselves be guided and by another projector and has others' eyes on them, what kind of mentor is that? This is for any mentor. If you're too afraid that someone else sees your bullshit, how are you guiding your clients? For me, it simply doesn't make sense. There is no point to it all. If someone claims to be a mentor or a coach and wants clients, and on the other side, they're afraid to go as close as possible to someone who cuts right through their bullshit so that they can evolve and grow. You don't have to do it just because I do it. It's just my level of standards that I say. And who you mentor with impacts not only yourself but your clients. And if you don't have an idea what else is possible and how you can get mentored, how do you want to become a better mentor? I don't know. Tell me. Teach me. Leave something in the comments that makes let's have an argumentation about that, how people evolve just by trial and error, but then people pay you for it. Not in integrity. Absolutely not. I saw a post of a manifestor, and I clearly could see where this post got inspired by. I always have been that way, and it is a gift of mine that it's the touch cognition that I understand now, that I can feel where this is coming from. I can feel if this person, if it's originated out of them. It is a different depth of potency and frequency. If someone just presses live and puts the camera on and just talks it out like I do right now and doesn't give a fuck if on the other side you understand it or you think what's the whole point or what is she talking about, that is not my point. There is no point to this live stream but me talking about integrity for myself, what this is and how I handle this and what I see lacking in this industry. And you can take it as a calling you forward or not. I don't care. But when we copy other people's stuff, why is there a lack of self-expression, of creation? I actually want to see more of you and your authenticity rather than you sitting over a post and judging yourself and competing and comparing yourself with others. And then rather taking someone else's and making it yours, but the frequency, I can feel it. People can feel it and they will more and more. And the important thing is that there is a better content inside of you. There is better content inside of you when you just share your experience. It cannot be that in my DMs I have women telling me they don't feel seen, they're insecure, they have imposter syndrome, they compare themselves, and yet they know and talk and teach and sell human design. It's not possible. It is not an integrity. If I know myself in design, I know that it doesn't make sense to compare myself. And I don't compete with anyone. I'm not in that game anymore. I'm just on my lane. And my job is to be myself. And today I look like a rock star Lisa, yes. And when I open my phone and just see so many women, it is so disgusting that so many women still think they cannot be themselves, especially projectors. What's wrong with that? I ask, and it's the conditioning, it's the programming. And so the program will always be there, no matter how hard you try to create content, to sell, to market yourself, while the potency of you just being yourself, being honest and fully owning what you do right now, who you are right now, what you struggle with right now. Like if people hear you talking and sharing what's really going on, that you sit there and go like, yeah, I still feel bitterness because I don't feel recognized and I don't feel seen. So this is what I do to figure that out. If you're a projector, you better hire another projector to teach you how to see yourself. That's it. And learn how to see others. You cannot read this in a book. You can't. And I was teaching that to my clients in the last coaching call as well. But you know what? We're not teaching, we're just applying it to a real life situation. We only learn in this lived experience. And Ross said it already, like this is an experience, an experiment, and we need to be in it. The whole sense of human design is living life as you are. When I open my phone, I just see so many copycats. And the program is the algorithm. So, who's going to change it? Who is willing and courageous to step out and start talking about things that you see? Like I'm sitting here on this bed, this is Mountain View, and I'm looking down and I'm sharing my 6th line rooftop truth. And then I drop the mic, I leave the stage, and I let you chew on it. That's a level of, as a projector, when we are so in integrity with who we are, you know what you feel? You feel such a detachment. There is no need to be approved or seen or even having any comments under this, even though people are just staring at me and listening. It's okay. It's okay. Zero attachment. Do you see that? And that makes a projector feel successful, truly successful, because there is no bitterness anymore. And when there is a background frequency of bitterness, of not feeling seen, of self-doubt, of comparison, this background frequency has to stop. And visibility and being recognized and being invited comes actually way more when you just don't give a fuck anymore what other people see or not see or understand and not understand. And this trying so hard to not be yourself because what you think is yourself is not accepted or is not enough. Like this has to stop. If more women in this industry just showing up and backing themselves the way they sell and try to sell their offers and how amazing they are and how they have figured it all out, they would make more money. That's such a great question. I would say 2 things. Get yourself in the energy, in spaces, in places of women who are like you. When you feel and see women modeling that to you, it mutates, it recodes your cells on a DNA level. Like human design is mechanics, and I don't know if you have a defined heart or an undefined heart, but it is usually at the low frequency of the heart center. So when I am with my mentors and I just listen to them, and like you listen to me on this live stream, something happens with you. Something on a cellular level happens because you see me doing it. Oh, she's doing it. So it is possible. Okay. Then when you stay in that energy, meaning I don't go live every day, right? So you come back into on my Insta stories, but this is different. So that's why I created my membership, my monthly subscription, for example. This is $111 per month. You can join month to month. When you're in there, you'll hear me talking like this nearly every day. I share a lot of behind the scenes. I share energy updates. I share my thoughts. Like whenever I feel like something, I need to express it, it's in there. And this is acoustics. This is frequencies that change you on a cellular level. And just by being in that, you make that declaration, you make that investment, you're in it energetically, you're guided by me. And that will have you take action differently. And over time, but this is the thing, you have to stay over time consistent in the penta, in the frequency of someone, so that it builds your own self-confidence and you take action differently. You then build that courage through the action. And you finally get out of your head and overthinking, oh my God, what do I need to do to become more courageous and more confident? You just do. You follow your body, you get out of the mind is kind of put to the side, and you do what you are designed to do naturally. And you express yourself in the way where you feel fully safe, where you feel seen, where you feel it's okay, I'm not too much, because someone else is there who is that too, and other women are there too. And so you show up differently, and you will attract exactly those people into your world because your fractal changes, your energy changes. Some people will fall away. Some people will come into your space. So it is actually less what you need to do, like working hard on it. It is so much easier, I tell you, it is so much easier, and human design mechanic works without you need to do anything when you are surrounded by the right people. But this is nothing what happens just by you following people on the internet or listening to a live stream like this. This has to be an energetic agreement where on an energetic level there is a connection. And this is how I built my confidence back. Because I was confident, then my upbringing, my conditioning, everything kind of dimmed it down. And then I surrounded myself with mentors and like-minded peers who made it a normal again, normalizing big energy, normalizing courage, normalizing speaking up. This is what I do for my clients. And the moment they join, which space you choose, your authority knows, things just get unlocked. There is so much more in you already ready to be let out. It's just the question, why do you think it's not possible? Why do you think you have to work hard on your shadows or your blocks or whatever? It's all bullshit. It's all the program in itself. When you're caught up in your mind, you're caught up in the program. If more women would just trust themselves and make that leap and just go all in and invest in themselves and get in circles where other women are. And I tell you, there are not many. Because most leaders, so-called leaders, they're so soft. They want to make you feel good. And especially Germans, like when they show up on camera, I just it feels like, ugh. So, you're invited to message me if you want to hear more about the vibe as the entry membership. or other spaces. If you're a projector, I am launching this week officially the doors open for the projector intensive to become a true projector, a successful projector. It's a 6-week intensive, and I'm opening the doors for it. So that is exciting. You can apply for it if it feels correct for you. If you want to learn to become a successful projector. So the entire point of this live stream was actually that I got very fired up by the lack of integrity in this industry. And I always come back and back and back, especially when these energies are so intense to that topic. And I ask myself, why is it so important for me? Yes, it's in my design. But however, it is also so important that exactly what I just see here, it's exactly the example, and it has nothing to do with you personally. You go, yeah, that resonated, thank you so much. And I say, okay, what do you do with it? Do you now know how to change something? Do you take action and join actually the spaces if that's resonated so much? Or are you in your head and you don't trust yourself, and then you sit there tomorrow and still doubt yourself and still don't feel courageous? You know, this moment between, fuck yes, let's do it, I join your membership, it's month to month, it's just $111, or to just, oh yeah, I just feed a little bit on this live stream, which is nothing, because there is no connection. I don't guide. I just share my experience. I know this is already, but it is not lasting. It's not sustainable. And I could stop going live to not give anything, but that's stupid as well, because it is about making that next step and creating the self-awareness that it is your choice. And this is exactly those actions that I see missing, because the social media has so much free to give. And so here's what I do. This is the last thing for today, then I go to bed. I sit right now with my business model. Because I'm thinking how to support more women who are really, really fucking ready to step things up big time. Who want to step out of this coaching clique and want to build and contribute to something way bigger, where big energy women circle are really moving the world with how they live, who they are, how they dress, what they talk about. Like, this is the end, having a freedom business and a freedom lifestyle. Travel the world, like retiring their husbands, giving their children the best opportunities while making business, making money, tons of money, being successful in their unique way. All at once. There is no business and life, there is just lifestyle. Okay, this is what I am doing myself, and I want to create spaces for clients to create that in their design for themselves, and creating an incredible brand online that represents that their big vision gets out into the world, and most importantly, that you feel taken seriously by me and other women who are in that space about the big vision, about the big thoughts, about the big energy, and you don't feel weird, you don't feel alone, you don't feel too much, you don't feel misunderstood. Because this is what I felt my entire life, and I was looking for that space, and I'm creating it now. I'm not quite sure how this is going to look like. I'm working on it right now. But what I know is that we need more spaces for these extraordinary women who are highly intelligent and yet action takers. action takers. And if this resonated and anything that I was saying was kind of describing you, let me know in the comments. If one of these extraordinary women is who wants to move the world with her being and has a freedom business, a lifestyle that you're obsessed with, if one of these very rare women, maybe you're a projector, is in this space, whether live or as replay, drop it in the comments and also share your design. Okay, so you just erase the thinking, my darling. And you ride the wave, and then when it's settled, you will have clarity. Your body knows already. So I'm thinking about my offers, but what I'm doing is that I will, because I am giving a lot of, by just me showing myself, I am very selective, and my spleen will clean up my audience. I want to work with an elite group of women. This is a small inner circle, whether it's here in Ibiza in real life or it is online, especially projectors. I see myself as the mentor for projectors, for sure. What that also means is that I don't have problems to just clean up my audience. I do that once in a while, but now with moving forward, and especially with the eclipse season, it will show who is approved by my authority to stay in my free spaces and who not, because there are spaces where I want to express myself more, which is only compensated. Has to be as a projector. We don't work for free. But even Insta stories, even my content that I put out, even these talks like this, like there's so much value for anyone because I'm mutative. I have gate 41, which is mutative. The ego is mutative. Gate 1, self-expression, is mutative. I have certain aspects in my design where it just show up and it changes you. It is mechanics. So if my spleen tells me when I look at someone who is just watching me but never joins any of my offers, even though I can feel it, the way how they watch me, it is, as a projector, you cannot fuck around with a projector. I can see right to the core. And especially if a projector is in my world and doesn't join my world, even though, it is time and it's just fucking around with making that step, I'm not accepting that anymore. Hi, Brian. Good to see you. So if at some point you want to go and watch Ginger on her stories and you cannot find her anymore, spleen said, release. Again, I'm talking about this in a way to model that also to my clients, and especially to projectors, because just watching won't cut it anymore. There has to be a cut. The cut is approved by my authority or not. As a 6 line, watching is teaching. And any other coach would tell me, no, don't do it. Grow your audience. You have to be okay with people not engaging and not moving and not watching. And I say, fuck it. It doesn't feel good to me. My spleen says it's not healthy. It makes me feel bitter. It does not feel good. It's like makes my skin cringe. And watching women living under their potential and just sitting in their bullshit, I'm not feeding that pattern. I'm not feeding that pattern. And so should not you. To just follow something just because they say you should be doing it, but it doesn't feel good to you. So, anyone who's in my world, even my free content, got to step it up. It's what it is. Because I am stepping it up. And especially if you claim to have some sort of knowledge about human design, It is time to truly live that, teach that, share that in integrity. Otherwise, it is just Mickey Mouse, surface layer, Instagram, human design, because everybody's doing it and you can make a quick buck. That's another live stream. So, integrity for this eclipse moon. Check in with yourself. Who do you want to be? How do you want to contribute? If you're a projector, you have to have a mentor as a projector. Otherwise, you cannot be a correct projector. If it's not me, then go and get another one. I don't care. We do not take advice from any other types but projectors. We cannot have anyone who's not a projector tell us how we can be what we're designed to be. We can work with other types to understand them and to be able to guide better all the types. But the projector is the top of the hierarchy of the pyramid. We will be the only ones able to guide after 2027. And if I still see projectors fucking around and not stepping it up, gotta leave my world, because I have to keep my energy clean. I feel bitter when no one engages in content. I'm not quite there about being bitter about my offers. That's a good point. That's a very, very good point. So if you still, oh my God, now the amazing projectors are showing up here at once, Amy and Sam. Welcome to the party. Gotta watch the replay. I was just riffing, sharing, self-expressing. I have to check my transit if I have some self-expressed channels active, maybe, definitely. So if you still feel some bitterness and you have the self-awareness around bitterness, then it would be a great and you have this self-awareness where it's coming from, then it is a great opportunity for you to check in, to have someone else look at this with you, because you cannot see it yourself. So the projector intensive would be a great opportunity to join and have me as your guide, looking at that together, so that you're not feeling bitter anymore. Because bitterness, if you feel bitter as a projector, you cannot guide. You don't see clearly. And it's still, when we feel bitter because nobody engages and nobody buys our offers, it's still, we're operating, we're selling, we're showing up from our not self. It's not what happens in that moment, whether they engage or not. It's actually what happened before. So you are already creating the offer, creating the content with the background frequency of, where's my approval? External validation, external gratification, which is this whole Instagram and social media is supporting. So you have to be aware that when you use this app, they programming you, they conditioning you to look for this approval. So the first content creation, the selling, the showing up has to be from integrity and full correctness. If your authority approves it, you share what you observe as a projector, you express it, your system. Do you know your system? You express your system through your channels. And when you know yourself, and when you know your system, and when it's approved by your authority, it doesn't matter whether they engage or not. You are so certain and so convinced about what you have to say, what you learned, and how it changed your life, and sharing your experience, because this is most importantly, you just have to become yourself and live life as yourself. Then you share that, and then you guide others to become that as well, in the context of what you are sharing, what you are selling, And that is the entire success business model of a projector. And everything takes care of itself. So there's so much I have to say, and I will, in the projector intensive, because it will shift your entire perspective about yourself, how you share content, how you create visibility, how you market your offers, and how you sell. Like, projector intensive is mainly very niched and focused on visibility, recognition, selling, self-marketing, and branding. Hi, Kelly. Yeah, if it cuts right to the core, that's just my design. It's just normal, right? What we do. But the question is, what do you do with it? What do you do with it? It's not about me. So the link in my bio for the waitlist for the projector intensive is there. If you want to get on the waitlist, you will be first to receive the information about that program. It's a hybrid out of a program and a coaching mentorship with me. It's not coaching, it's mentorship with me. So we will have weekly calls where it's really about conversation, integration, and lived integration, not me just teaching. And that's a big difference. And there will be also a mastermind part, which goes 6 months, not just 6 weeks. So you can get your name on the list. You will be first to receive the information. They are very limited seats. I keep it very limited to 10 projectors, and some spaces are already taken. So if you want the information first, be a smart projector and get your name on the list. There is no obligation to join if it's not correct for you. So the last question that I'm gonna respond to is what is happening the other types after 2027? Nothing will happen to the other types. They are leading now. Yes. The background frequency when the wheel changes will change, and all the sacrals will not have anything to respond to anymore. And even the manifestor urges will come through a different frequency, and they will be very lost. People will be lost. The main frequency of the collective, what you see in the 3D, will be a lot of stress, a lot of nervous system overstimulation, a lot of survival state, a lot of being programmed by external authorities. So that will be the proof who is really in their authority. It also means being in the moment. So if you don't know how to live in that moment, existential, because what will fall away, certain streams will fall away, and parts of you won't have access to anymore. So all that you have is your body. If you have a clean body, if you have a true connection to your body, and most people don't have it, you see it because you're overthinking your next moves. And so certain gates and certain streams are not available anymore, simply not. And that means that there won't be an answer. You cannot approach life with your mind anymore. Business, that's why the mind model, the mind marketing will all fall flat. Everyone on this platform and other platforms who's teaching marketing in that very masculine mind approach, it just will not work. And that's why the 9-centered business model has to be well established, and we only have 4 years. So if you're not learning to be a correct projector now, you cannot lead then. You just then are, your human design chart says you're a projector. That's why there is a certain importance. It is, yes. And it is already, you can see the cross of planning crumbling already. So the simplest self-check that you can do is, how much do you trust yourself and make that decision from your authority and not from your mind. And this, in being in integrity with what you say, what you claim, what you declare on the Instagram, TikToks, YouTubes, whatever there is, and what is going on in the background frequency. These things will be so clear as if there was a fly or a camera installed in your house. So, if a projector still doesn't feel seen, you will not be able to lead those sacrals. I tell you, the projector in the future will have so much to do. You will be so sought after. You will be so required because people are lost. This is $1 million business if you're a projector. And if you're not a projector, being mentored and guided now by a projector would be a very smart decision as well from the business aspect, because you will get better and more efficient at what you're good at and what you're designed to do with being guided by a projector, so that you know yourself and that you know your gifts, and then you can package your gifts into offers and don't have to scream at everyone else and follow the trends and next viral and seeking the next viral video and screaming from the rooftops how amazing you are and you need to prove yourself. That's way too loud. That's way too loud. It doesn't work. It just exhausts all the projectors. So a lot of things are changing, and especially being in integrity with what you know is important. And being a courageous woman who just walks her talk and stands out. I would love to be more inspired on this platform by really cool women. I don't see many. There's too much explaining, too much proving energy. And the ones who inspire me, I hired them. So, that's it for tonight. Wish you a great rest of your day wherever you are. And you know what you need to do. Trust that. Do that. See you tomorrow.